Okay, we got a little bit of a different video coming in for you guys here today.
I like how you're changing the lights in the background in the middle of the show.
I need to get some car stuff done because on April 21st, I'm gonna be tracking my 370Z again over at Button Willow doing 13 CCW in Group 4 Advanced Open Passing, blah, blah, blah. So it's gonna be the most intense driving I've done yet. The way you know it's gonna be a car video today is because I've got the cone. Cut. Origin PC builds high-performance custom PCs for gamers and professionals backed by a 24/7 US-based support team. Their award-winning high-end PCs offer the latest and best components for gaming and workstations. Origin PC also created exclusive desktop designs including Millennium and Genesis desktops with patented variable mounting technology, and now offer a new lineup of laptops with GeForce RTX graphics cards. Customize your own Origin PC desktop or laptop with the Samsung 970 EVO Plus NVMe SSD, featuring read speeds of up to 3,500 megabytes per second and write speeds up to 3,300 megabytes per second. For more info on Origin PC systems and the Samsung 970 EVO Plus SSD, click the link in the description below.
This is Jay trying to fit in his car.
Well, okay, so I'm 6'3.5", I've shrunk a little. Fitting a 4-point roll cage in here, along with a 6-point harness and a Sparco racing seat in a JDM car with a guy my size is not easy. Look at the way I have to do the brake.
The e-brake?
I might have to demonstrate it later, but I can get out of this car in under 2 seconds.
You can't tell us that and then not demonstrate it.
It's funny looking, and my wife was like, your ass hits everything on the way out when I did it. I was like, if I ever got in an accident in this car at the track and it's on fire, you better believe I'm getting the hell out and bumping my ass on everything along the way. But yeah, can you imagine with how tight I am, buckled in, I can still get out in about 2 seconds?
That's insane.
That's why we go with the cantilever style. Don't do it while I'm driving, that's oh man. So we're actually heading to my buddy's shop. His name is Michael True. I'll put a link to his shop down below. He's in Santa Ana, so he's my tire dealer. He's my, got any more of them rubbers? That sounds like something else actually. Actually works really well.
Not wood.
I already did. All right, so we made it to Santa Ana. We're at True Performance Motorsports here, and we'll put a link down below, like I said. So these are the Nexen Surfboard Gs. It's actually a drift compound tire, really soft, but we use it on track days because it's kind of a cheater tire and it hasn't been banned in my class yet, and it's really cheap. So I use it as long as I can, but I don't think it's always going to be allowed. So as you can see, we're pretty worn out on the shoulders though. This is from my last track day at Streets of Willow, running counterclockwise, so turning left puts most of the wear on the right side of the car, right? So because you go downhill, high speed into the skid pad and it's flat, we wear them out pretty quickly. But I got 4 track days out of these, which isn't too bad. It's 4 sessions each. So what is that, 16 actual sessions? And I don't think I'm slow by any means. So we're gonna get the same tire put on, 275/40/18 square, which is kind of interesting because I've got a 9.5-inch wheel up front and a 10.5-inch in the back. So technically I should be running a 10.5 up front also, but with my suspension setup, I will rub. So I've got a little bit of bulge on the front, but so far it seems, but so far it seems to be getting the job done.
500 miles on it a year. It's so awesome the things Nissan can do when they care.
It's a mighty big lens you got there.
Are
you compensating for something?
GPS. If you could only keep one of your cars forever, which one would it be?
The 1500. Because if I have to think forever, I have to think utilitarian at that point.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I can still mod that to be 700 horsepower. With the truck, I can go out on track. I just make the first turn, and then I just go across the track to the last turn, and then come back.
You're literally just cheating. You're just driving through all the turns. So what are
All right, so earlier I said that I could get out of this car extremely quickly if I had to. Now I guess I have to put my money where my mouth is, right? Is the door open? Okay, hold on. You ready?
And go. That's amazing.
So I told you I could.
Transition.
So I figured it's been a long time since I've actually talked to you guys about this car. Figured maybe we'll go ahead and do that now. A lot of you guys actually thought I sold this when I bought the ZL1 1LE. No, this car has actually been transitioning more and more into a road race car, if that makes sense. Like, it's still a road car, not a race car, but it can do race car things. As you can see, we're rubbing a little bit here. I forgot this. I dealt with this last time too. We're not fully rolled, so we are rubbing slightly, but I am gonna be raising this car up slightly on the front and adding a little bit more camber because of based how the wear was on the last tire. So we're gonna go based off that. But if we come back here, we clearly don't rub anywhere in the back. We've got lots of room there. Actually, you know what? I bet you I know why we're rubbing. He put my rears on the front and my fronts on the rears.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll be, I guess, switching those later at home. Look, I didn't tell him it wasn't a square setup. That's my bad. But now I know 10.5s fit with minor rubbing. That looks really meaty as fuck though. Yeah. One of the things I did do in here though is I do have a 4-point roll cage. Obviously because safety, so we've got all the crossbars, SCCA approved. That's what my Sparco is attached to in terms of our 6-point harness. And in terms of like power mods and stuff on this, nothing's changed since I last did this video, with the exception of now have SPL control arms all around, including uppers on the front. I've got MCA, which are a little bit different tune than my previous MCAs. These are stiffer, they have a different spring rate, different valving rate. And then power mods are still nothing more than an intake, exhaust, and a tune. So as you can see under here, it's still pretty much bone stock underneath this Cybon carbon fiber hood. The exception of the intakes. It does have a upgraded radiator and such. This is an Alpha seat, which is the biggest seat I could fit in here. I even had to get custom brackets made for it, which you can see down there. But the seat doesn't move whatsoever. The harness is actually properly mounted, drilled through the floor and anchored and all that sort of stuff. So we're not going anywhere. And as you saw earlier, I can get out of it quickly if I have to. But I just thought it'd be fun to kind of bring you guys along for another one of my hobbies. I don't talk about it a lot on social media. Well, I guess I do on social media, but not so much on YouTube, because no matter what, someone's gonna say, well, that car sucks, this car's better, why didn't you should have got, and those opinions really don't matter to me, honestly. This is fun for me, and I decided to kind of see how you guys handle it once again with me sharing one of my hobbies. And if you guys can't act mature, I won't do it again. Or I will out of spite. So either way, you will or you won't see this again. But we'd have track day coming up next Sunday, so maybe we will. I don't know. All right, guys, anyway, just wanted to take you along for this ride. I needed to get this done because of track day next weekend, and if I didn't do this today, I wouldn't have had time to get these tires put on. So I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna swap the rears back to the rear where they belong, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. I immediately saw that, and I was like, that's offset's wrong.